Hello, it is Monday. Welcome to Fireside Chat with Kimberly. Thank you to Terra Seed, the sponsor for this week's talks. Prize packs for this month's contest have been graciously donated by Hodo Foods, Crofters Organics, Follow Your Heart, Cinnaholic, Orgain, Revolution Gelato, and Terra Seed. I invite my viewers to enter the monthly contest at virtualvegfest.com by click on the contest tab for details. Entering is super easy just by liking and or subscribing to our social media and Virtual Veg Fest YouTube channel. You're entered to win one of these amazing prize packs. So, hi, welcome. I am so glad that you are here with me this evening. I'm eventually going to stop saying it, but like, holy moly, it's if you're vegan, whether you're new to it or you've been vegan for a long time, if you have ever posted anything about like a new vegan food that you've tried or a new restaurant that you're super excited about, it was so good and you just can't wait to share with the vegan groups that you're in. Hey Diane, thanks for being here. So if you've ever, like, felt that joy of, like, "Oh my gosh, this is so amazing, I have to tell all of the vegans just in case they don't know about this thing." Let's say it's, like, I don't know, the first time you had a Beyond Burger and you were, like, amazed by it, or if there's some new dessert or, like, a new restaurant in town that has vegan options or is vegan and you just need to tell the world. And so you take the pictures of this incredible food, right? And you take the time to craft this perfect post about the ambiance of the restaurant or how amazing the food was if you like made food at home, if it was something you picked up at the grocery store, and you talk about the flavors and the textures and the experience and just, oh my gosh, this is so good and everybody needs to try it. And you get a few comments and they're like, "Oh my god, thank you so much for sharing this. I'm going to head there tomorrow. I'm going to the store right now. I can't wait to try this." And you get to have like a little bit of a dialogue, right? But then there's always one. They come in with, "That's not healthy." Uh, Thanks. Like seriously, who do these people think they're serving with the "that's not healthy"? One, I think that vegans are pretty knowledgeable about food, right? We have to be. So even if, and like I'm in this camp of like, I'm an ethical vegan and any health benefits are amazing, but that's not why I do it. And so if I decide that I want to have the triple chocolate, you know, fudge brownie cake, like I'm going to do it because it's vegan. So why wouldn't I give that a try? But we know so much about food because we learn about it. That's what makes us go vegan, right? So even if you started off at doing it for health and then you felt you had feelings about not wanting to engage in eating animals and using animals, so it expanded beyond like what you were eating, so you decided to be vegan, like even if it started just like I'm going to eat better for my health, then okay. um So you're learning about food. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. You're learning about food to improve your health, or you're an ethical vegan who is learning about food because Patricia, let's see, what's this? Yeah, yeah, exactly, right. So yeah, even if you haven't been the person who posted it, because honestly, it's never happened to me either. But I'm in so many different vegan groups, and you get like other people are posting about this amazing new food or whatever, and there's always that one, and it's like, again, what do you think? Like, why are you being such a buzzkill? Like, do people not already think vegans are a pain in the ass, so you want to like drive that home, you want to send that message? um are they like getting up on their high horse? And like, I'd love it if anyone watching is this person who posts "that's not healthy." I would love for you to tell us why. 'Cause maybe we're missing something. I don't really think that that's true. I don't think that there's a chance that we're missing something. I think that they're just, I don't know, like, do you think you're smarter? It's an ego thing. It has to be, right? Oh, I'm a better vegan than you. Um, which is like a whole other conversation. Is that where that comes from? What do you guys think? Like, what do you think is driving a person? Now, we're all supposed to be in the same camp here. We're all trying to make the world a better, more beautiful, more loving place by not having animals murdered for our taste buds, right? So we're kind of in this together, but it doesn't feel that way because it's it's like, what is that motivation? Do you think that they think they're more vegan than we are? Because, like, we're having the double chocolate brownie fudge cake and they're eating another kale salad? And look, I mean, being healthy, that's cool. I'm not knocking. Yeah, Patricia, I think you're right. It's a holier than thou thing for sure. I think so too. And it's just, ah, I mean, people, right? We have to we have to interact with people, and the internet makes that very easy to not just interact with people, but to say whatever we want. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Richard. Some folks do it to make themselves feel better about them. Right. So what's going on? So then see, and then this is where I start to feel like, oh, like a little bit of like empathy or sympathy for them because then I start to think like, well, like what's going on in their life? Like really, what is going on in their life that this is how they're spending their time trolling other vegans? Ah, see, and then, like, I wanna be funny and I wanna, like, be kind of a jerk about it and because I feel like they're being a jerk about it, but then I think about it from that perspective, and now I just wanna be nice to them. Ah. You know, take this however you want. Being vegan has made me a better person. It's made me care about others, human and non-human alike, and, like, sometimes that's tough. Sometimes I just wanna, give them a taste of their own medicine and hit them with their own stuff, but I can't. How do you guys handle this? Or how do you think? Because Patricia, you mentioned that you've seen it, but you've never experienced it yourself. Like, would you ignore them? I think I think that if I posted something and it got that reaction, I think I'd delete their comment. Little power trip there, I guess, maybe? Which I guess depending on Uh, the internet, right? Because then they're probably gonna come back and they have more things to say, and then you just, like, spend all day deleting things. Why can't we just be nice to each other? Who cares if it's not healthy? Like, "Okay, so you don't wanna eat this? You know what? I wonder if secretly they do, and for some reason, they won't." Like, they secretly wish they could be that person that posted about this great new restaurant and ate all the things on the menu. I don't know. Hmm. What are they hiding? Yeah, insecurity. I think you're right, Susan. You guys are all making some really great points. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I try to be loving like Colleen Patrick Goudreau, the loving vegan. Yeah, I remember it's thanks Patricia for mentioning CPG, right? That's the, her fans call her. Um she she really does take she really does take that approach, doesn't she? I remember her talking about speaking with hunters and that she really just kind of had conversations with them and she didn't pass judgment on what they were doing, and that was like hard. Do you imagine that, being out there in the field or wherever they are, and they're like she's surrounded by people who are hunting and she's sharing information without being combative and having conversations, like starting to get to know, and this was like years and years ago, starting to get to know them as people and letting them see her as a person, not just label her as an animal rights activist or probably a crazy animal rights activist, right? And I don't know if she knows either, if she changed anybody's minds that day, but I bet that they at least had to think, because, she was a real person, like, talking to them and having a conversation. Yeah, I like that, Patricia, you're right, and I think that's my approach too. Like, I always want people, "Just come on in, it's warm, it's safe here, come be with me, let's have a conversation." Um, I don't really do well with the, like, super combative people who wanna fight about stuff, but, yeah, Diane, this is a good point too, that you've just ignored any silly comments. I guess that kind of feels kind of like, where you're back in control too, right? Because then people will see that these people are saying, like, stupid things on your post, and they're not getting any reaction. So then others will see that and be like, "Oh, look at Diane. She's so, like, cool, and she's not, like, getting involved with these people who are, like, spewing nonsense." So I like that approach too. That's a good idea, Diane. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, Patricia. Oh, I hope you're doing some self-care after those sessions. Uh, I can't even imagine having to sit and listen to that. Susan, you are so right. That's it. Compassion for all, right? I have a t-shirt from the Farm Sanctuary Walk for Farm Animals from 2010, and that's what it says across it. It says compassion for all. And it's a really solid reminder. Even it's hard. It can be it's so easy, I think, for me, and I imagine for all of us here, to be compassionate towards animals. There's an innocence, right? They're living in our world. We build around them or through them, right? And so they're living in a world that we've created. And so even though we don't speak their language, and I've heard people be like, "Well, you don't know if that lion is actually an asshole." Um, you know what? Maybe he is. Maybe in his pride, like, this one lion nobody else likes. But, like, we don't know that because it's different. There's like a we can't experience their world, but that's a good reminder that they can't experience ours, and so they don't understand the the things that humans do to them. Like, the animals don't understand why it's happening. Because, this compassion for others, including humans, Susan, reminded me that I had mentioned a few episodes ago that I was on a call where someone, like, admitted that they had been vegan, they got the tattoo, and, like, they decided that they wanted to start eating animals again. But, they're not gonna cover the tattoo, and they don't mind if people still think they're vegan, and I was like, "Hold up." Being vegan, a lot of us, me included, like, I didn't stop eating animals because I was like, "I don't like eating animals, it doesn't taste good." I had, like, I hated vegetables. It was, like, a huge learning curve for me. I stopped eating animals because I couldn't fathom that, like, killing animals and animals needing to die so that I could have, I could enjoy a meal for 10 minutes. Like, it just I couldn't handle that anymore, so I stopped doing it. And a woman actually said in the chat, one of she was very triggered, and she said that she gives thanks for the animals who sacrifice themselves so that she can live. Whew. Let me tell you, I actually didn't respond because there was way too much to unpack there. We were in a Zoom chat, and I knew that I wasn't gonna get anywhere anyway. It would have been different in person maybe, or on a video call. I might have taken a different approach, but I just didn't respond because you're right, Susan. I feel like compassion for all is important, and I want to be open and mindful. And I remember that I wasn't always vegan, and so I try to remember that not everybody knows what I know. Not everyone has seen the videos I've seen. And not everyone, even if they do, are able to be open in that moment and really let it in and really like accept how much that changes you. But, in a response to something like that, like, I'm sorry, but there are no animals that are sacrificing themselves so humans can live, right? Like all of us here, so many of us here are vegan and we're all fine. We're all living life. We are proof that we don't need animals to live. And then the idea that an animal would sacrifice him or herself is like, what do you even do with that information? And I understand, that some of this probably comes from maybe religious background or maybe, some of those things. Um, but whoa, it is it can be a lot sometimes having compassion for others. It's so easy to have compassion for animals, for me anyway. Patricia, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what you have to do, right? In your situation, you can't just ignore what they've said. Oh, Patricia, I'm sending you so much love, and I'm so glad that you got support after that. Yeah, because you're right. You can't just be, okay, session's over. I'm sure there are situations where therapists would do that, but I don't think that this would be one of them. So, yeah, sending you lots of love, Patricia. Glad you got the support that you needed. Um, oh, it's so hard. We it's like, we know we're doing Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. And you know what? I too would say that it's a dumb statement. I really try hard not to be judgmental, but yeah. And yep, that old programming. Yeah. It and like food is such an emotional thing, right? I think it might even be easy to talk to someone about maybe animal testing, maybe even I almost said like circuses and stuff, but I think that too has a lot of emotion attached to it. If you were someone who, as a child, went to things like a circus or anywhere else where animals were being exploited for entertainment, and you have fond memories, maybe it was the best time you had with a parent or a grandparent, your siblings, like there's something else that ties you to that. Because I started to think like, oh, you could probably talk to people at animal testing, get them to stop using products tested on animals more easily than sometimes helping someone see that maybe they don't want to keep eating animals. Um, but yeah, I think the connection, that emotion is so strong. And it really takes, I think, being open and willing to see what's really happening and to accept not only is it happening, but every single time you eat, you buy animal products at the grocery store, you order animal products at a restaurant, every single time you do that, you are contributing to the suffering. And like if you can't see that because it's too hard, it's too painful, you don't want to accept that it's true. Um it is really tough to combat that. Hmm. Hmm. This has been a great conversation, guys. Like, I really thought we were going into this just being funny and fun about people giving us crap about posting fun vegan food. And I'm so appreciative that everyone is so engaged tonight and that we've had this incredible conversation, not just about vegans not being compassionate towards each other, but just the compassion as a whole and just how do we deal with that on a day-to-day basis, and how does it show up in our lives. And man, am I thankful for every last one of you. I'm so glad that you are all here with me tonight. Yeah. Well, with that, I don't have anything else to say. But if you have any questions, I didn't mention it at the top, but if you've been here before, you know how it goes. You're always welcome to ask questions, even if it's about something that is unrelated to the topic that I'm talking about. I have to come here with something, right? We're not just going to sit in silence and wait for somebody to ask a question. So I come here with an idea, and oh, Patricia, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that makes my heart so warm. Oh, I am so honored. Like, seriously, I love doing this. I love being here every Monday and then coming back on Wednesday and hanging with all the ladies as we do the stew. But yeah, if you have any questions or a topic you want me to talk about, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Did You Bring the Hummus? You can send a message to me through the Virtual Veg Fest Live website, the Fireside chat site. There's a button right at the top. Send me a message. Let me know what you're thinking about, what you want to talk about, what you need. How can I help you? Any of that, please. I love you all. And I thank you for being a part of this amazing community and just going out there and being vegan. And if you're not vegan, showing up here and listening to the hard stuff. Oh, I couldn't be more grateful. Have an amazing night, an incredible week, and I will see you back here next Monday. Bye.